What is up, math superstars? In this edition of Mr. Peterson Presents, we're going to be bringing to you objective 6.10, and in this objective we're talking about perimeter, area, surface area, circumference, and volume. So here we're going to talk about circumference of circles first, and we're going to use this equation. The circumference equals pi times diameter, and so some keywords here. So circumference, what we're trying to figure out is the distance around the outside of the circle. So that's what we're going to try to measure. Right here we're given the radius is 5.5 inches, so r equals 5.5 inches. And so, but our big thing is we're going to use the diameter to figure this out. So diameter is the line that goes all the way across the circle through the center of our circle here. So in order to find our diameter, what we're going to do is we're going to double our radius. And so in doing so, we find out that our diameter equals 11 inches. And all we do now is we're going to put in the numbers in our equation. So our circumference equals pi, which is 3.14, times our diameter, which is 11. And when we enter that in the calculator, it equals 34.54 inches. And so our circumference, the distance all the way around the circle, after we found the diameter and we put in 3.14 for pi, comes out to 34.54 inches. Next, we're going to talk about how to find the area of circles. And so here we're given this equation. The area equals pi times our radius squared. And so we can go ahead and write out the radius is equal to 5.5 inches. And then we're going to use that into our equation here. So we're going to rewrite the equation. A equals pi is 3.14 estimated times 5.5 squared. Then we go ahead and take 5.5 squared. Comes out to 30.25 times 3.14. And to find the area, we're just going to multiply those two numbers together, and it comes out to 94.99 inches. And for our units here, they're always in squared units. So we're going to write this as inches squared. Now we're going to go ahead and find the perimeter of rectangles. So all we do is we're going to add up our side lengths. And so in this rectangle to the right, we're given our length is 20 inches, our width is 17. And what we're going to do to make this easier is to write out all of the side lengths. And so we know that, so if we look at 20 inches here, our opposite side is going to be 20 inches. And when we look at the 17 inches, the opposite side is going to be 17 inches. And all we're going to do is we're going to add up these totals. So then we do 20 plus 20 is equal to 40 inches. And then 17 plus 17 is equal to 34 inches. And when we add these two totals together, our total perimeter is 74 inches. So now we're going to find the area of the rectangle. So we're going to go ahead and use this equation. Area equals length times width. So we're going to just replace the length with 20 inches. Replace the width with 17. When we multiply these two together, our total area of our rectangle is 340 inches squared. Because every time we do area, it's in squared units. For the perimeter of triangles, it's similar to the perimeter of rectangles, where all we do is just add the side lengths together. And so here we have three sides. So we're just going to add these together. 10 plus 10 plus 12 is going to equal, do order operations, 20 plus 12 equals 32 meters. Now we're going to go ahead and use the equation written here. The area of a triangle is going to be the base times the height. We're going to divide it into 2. And so it's pretty similar to the area model for a rectangle. And when we cut a rectangle diagonally in half, we come up with 2 triangles. So that's kind of where we get the equation at for the area of a triangle. So we're going to go ahead and fill in our numbers for the variables. So A equals our base is 12 times our height is 8, and we're going to divide that by 2. So 12 times 8 is 96 divided by 2 equals 48 meters squared. Now, in determining the surface area of rectangular prisms, we're going to use the area equation, except we have to use the area equation on every face of the rectangular prism. So here we have a nice list here that's going to help us out. There's 6 faces to every rectangular prism. And so what's going to happen is we're going to do the top and the bottom first. And so our top is this part right here. So we got to find the length and the width of that top. And so we know that our opposite side from 10 meters, so this side length is 10 meters. And our diagonal right here is going to be 5 meters. And so when we go ahead and multiply the top together, so 10 times 5 is going to equal 50 meters squared. And so the really cool thing about doing rectangular prisms is the top and the bottom, they go together. And so whatever value you got for the top is going to be the same value for the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and write 50 meters squared. So now we have to figure out the left and the right because they both go together. So we're going to figure out this left part right there. And so we're given the height of this. So the opposite side is 6. So we got 6 meters by 5 meters. So let's do 6 by 5. It's going to equal to 30 meters squared. So our right side is going to be the same, 30 meters squared. So now we got to go ahead and do the front and the back is left. So the front here, so we're going to look at this face right here is 6 by 10. And that's going to equal 60 meters squared. And so the back is also going to equal 60 meters squared. And so when we're done this, what we have to do now is we have to add up all of our totals, and it's going to give us the total surface area for this rectangular prism. So when we go up and add up our total surface area for this rectangular prism is 280 meters squared. Now, the last equation we're going to look at is going to be for our volume of a rectangular prism, which is given by the equation the volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. So all we're going to do is multiply these 3 numbers together. So we got 5 times 10 times 6 equals, and so 5 times 10 is 50 times 6 equals 300 meters. And so when we did the area of a rectangle, it was a meter squared. Since this is a rectangular prism, we're going to do this in meters cubed for volume.